This is the worst book I have ever read. I think I'm so hyper-focused and hyper-fixated on finishing this book that I'm not truly appreciating the story I'm telling, and I'm not truly appreciating the growth my character is going through. Did I finish the book? You make me wanna be with somebody, doing things that I... Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelly. Welcome back to another writing vlog. The goal of this vlog is to finish my book. I'm currently writing a YA fantasy. I'm calling it MIYA for you guys. It has a different title. It's X fairy tale meets Y fairy tale, and I am in Act 3, so we should be able to finish the whole book like within 10,000, 15,000 words. If you guys missed my writing woes video, like my writing struggles video, I am a little bit doubtful about this story because this is the first time in my life that I have gotten into Act 3 with less than 75,000 words. My last two books, they all ended around the, I think Euphoria ended at 91 and June ended at 96. And the fact that I don't think this book is going to be more than like 75,000 is very worrisome to me. But anyway, I think I just need to like finish the book and then edit it. So anyway, we're gonna finish the book in this vlog. I write 2 weeks at a time, so I take 2 weeks off and then I write for 2 weeks. Today is the first day of this 2-week writing period, so I think we can finish all of Act 2 within this period because I don't think I have that many more words left to write. Before we continue on with the vlog, I have two quick writing updates. The first is that I think I am going to apply for a writing retreat. This is with a very famous author. She's hosting this in Scotland, and I won't really say who the author is and the details because I feel like I'm not gonna get in. And because of that, I feel just... Anyway, I want to keep that to myself, but I think this will be really fun. I want to get in, like obviously I want to get in, but at the same time, I feel like if I don't get in, that's okay too, just because I'm out of vacation days. I actually have only 2 more vacation days this year because I have a big trip coming up in September. I'm going to Asia for a wedding. If I do get in, I'll need to like take away days from that big vacation, and I have to actually send her my first page, so I'm gonna edit that right now and then we'll move on to the rest of the book. That's one update. What was my other update? Oh, I remember now, my second update. I started writing a new book. I started writing this new book last week because I was feeling it. If you guys missed, I didn't really make an announcement video, I just casually said it in one of my vlogs, but I think I will self-publish some books just to make writing like a bigger part of my life, actually incorporate it into money. If that makes sense, like a career. So this is a series of what I call speculative romances. They're pretty much like sci-fi romances. I don't know why, I guess I'm nervous talking about it. I say spec and not sci-fi because when I say sci-fi, I'm afraid people are gonna think like battles in space and like aliens. Not this genre. This is mostly gonna be focused on like anything punk, like steampunk, cyberpunk, solar punk, and even science fantasy. So I have a bunch of books I have planned or I have been thinking of. Anyway, what am I saying? What I'm saying is I started writing the first book. I wrote the first 1,000 words and it was pretty fun. NGL, not gonna lie. I'm finishing up MIYA, starting up another project. It's kind of like the death and birth, you know? I'm being dramatic maybe, because aren't all writers a little dramatic? Alright, that's it for this intro. Let's get started with this video. pretty much have like bad news all around. Bramble got surgery, he got 7 teeth pulled out, he got his left testicle pulled out. I literally have it. It is probably censored because I don't want to get demonetized, but they gave me his ball, his left ball, and I don't know why they gave it to me. He's supposed to be like neutered now for sure. Like I think they missed it or something the first time. I don't know. I adopted him and I lost $4,000. That surgery was super expensive, and I think I've written the worst book like ever so far. Like this is the worst book I have ever written. So let's just like get into the updates. It's Thursday, and since the last time I updated you guys, the only like good news is that I've written 4,000 more words and we're at 66 now. I am 100% fast drafting this at this point. The 2 chapters I wrote, they're very underdeveloped. They're very much just the skeleton, and I really need to go back and like actually add in words. Right now it's just like incomplete sentences, dialogue, and like 1 or 2 sentences on the description. I feel like I'm rushing this because I just want to be done with this book. Never in my life again will I ever drag out a first draft like how I dragged out this first draft. I started writing this November of 2021, and I'm literally still writing the first draft, and it's bothering me so much. I just want to finish the book, get a sense of the ending, and revise the hell out of it. So that's why I'm like fast drafting it. You know, fast drafting, it's still taking me so long. I don't know how people fast draft and also finish super fast. But anyway, so that's like issue number 1. The whole act 3 is like completely underwritten. Second issue is that my magic system like actually makes no fucking sense. Like it makes no sense. There's a lore behind the magic system, and at this point the lore is just like convenient. Like the magic system is just convenient for my characters. Like I'm pretty sure we've all read books where the magic is just so convenient for the plot. That's literally my book right now. Like nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. So that's kind of like another reason why I'm fast drafting this. Like I know where all the issues are, so I want to fix them, but I don't want to fix them without finishing the draft first. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, guys. The only like sort of good news too out of this is that even though I'm fast drafting, the book seems to be good for the words it's at. That makes no sense. So like I was really worried, and I still am worried about like the length of this novel. I had wanted it to be around 85 to 90, but at this point I think it's okay to be at 75k because we are fast drafting it. But also okay, we're gonna use Save the Cat for what I'm about to tell you. So if you guys are familiar with Save the Cat, I also showed a bit of this in my footage just before this one, I think. So in the finale, there are kind of like 5 big beats in a finale, and I'll show you in this book. I thought there was a diagram in here. There's no diagram in here, but for the finale, there are like 5 parts to it. The first part is called Gathering the Team. Second part is called Executing the Plan. Third part is High Tower Surprise. The fourth is Dig Deep. Yeah, Dig Deep Down. And 5 is Execution of New Plan. And we also have like the final image. So I finished the first out of the 5 parts, and this first part, Gathering the Team, that was around 4,000 words. So if I assume every chapter will be 4,000 words, that's like 20,000 more words to what I had initially thought at the beginning of this video. But also I'm fast drafting this, so chances are it's gonna be longer than like part 1's gonna be longer than 4,000. So I think we're okay on the pacing now, actually, now that I'm like in it. But I don't think, like, I just started executing the plan. Oh, there is a diagram. My book is so yellow. Executing the plan. I don't think this will be more than 2,000 words. But anyway, that's what we're gonna be focusing on tonight. I'm going to Starbucks later. I'm going to the one near my school, my university. My boyfriend is taking classes there, and I've been meaning to like work at a Starbucks near his class so we can like hang out after his class. I'll take you guys along. So that's my plan for tonight. hopefully everything will be like easygoing from here on out. I just need to focus on writing.
We've got a cone boy. He's a space kitty. He hates the cone.
Slow down, hold on tight now. It's okay to meet me at the front line. I've got cold feet, winter drives me wild. I can't fly down on the Friday. I was meant to meet you at your mom's house, so I apologize.
Mr. Bramblies.
I am obsessed with this song right now. Anyway, if anyone is curious, this is my new desk setup. It's messy as always. I got this new stand because I felt like my desk is always so messy. That's my nasal spray. That's my inhaler because I'm a sick girl.
Here is a healed Mr. Brambles. He is a ballless Brambles. Bramballless.
I didn't forget about this vlog. I just haven't updated in a while because I haven't been writing this novel. So it's April 2nd right now. Also, I am sick on top of being allergic to my cast. There's a lot going on. Yeah, I haven't been writing my novel. The clip when you saw me at the coffee shop, that was 2 weeks ago because I did take my like 2-week period off from the novel. And that week that I was supposed to write, I didn't write. This is kind of my first time not writing during my 2-week period. This was my first time not writing for like pretty much that whole week. I was just going through a lot. I was also not doing well mentally. I think that's why I was struggling in my last clip where I was like trying to brainstorm. I don't think this is actually an issue for this current draft, but because I was like not doing well mentally and I was like trying to write, I think I kind of just like spiraled, and I think we'll be okay. The purpose of having like the 2 weeks off is so I can recharge and I can work on things I actually want to work on, like via inspiration instead of, you know, making it like a practice thing. So if anyone cares, the last 2 weeks I wrote, well, I'm editing 4 short stories right now. I'm hoping to submit literally all of them to different places by the end of this month. and I submitted 2 poems last night to another magazine, and I got edits back for sale mail from my editor. If you're watching this, JD, I don't think you are, but if you are watching this, you're so good at pushing me. I think I'm not good at pushing people, so I feel like I need to do that with my own editing clients. I don't think I push people very much. Anyway, okay, no one cares about this. The plan for today is to write 5,000 words. I don't know if we can do that because I am sick. I'm hoping to nap actually a little bit later today. I'm flying to the US on Thursday and I have an Augur meeting after work tomorrow, so there's like so much going on. I cannot afford to be sick. I think I have about 7,000 words left in this draft. I keep saying that. I've said that since the beginning of this video, I'm pretty sure. So we're in the middle of Hightower Surprise, and I think I have about 1,000 words left in this scene. And then I have Dig Deep Down, which I think will be pretty short. I think that's 1,000 words. And then we have the Execute New Plan, and that will be around 2,500. So hopefully by the end of today, I can finish like the 3rd act finale. That will be great. That would be great. And then I still have the denouement, the final image, so I think I can do that when I come back from the US. I think that's really all I want to say. Like, I'm having a hard time vlogging in general because I don't know. I feel like I'm not interested in talking about my novel because I've been talking about writing novels for like 2 years now. What I really want to talk about is the poems, the poetry, the short fiction. Yeah, because I started writing like spec poetry, and speculative poetry is next level. It's my first time doing it, really my first time doing it, and I'm having so much fun. I could talk about spec poetry all day. Also, I bought this book. Here, I'll show you on my desk. The Wrangling Award is an award for speculative poetry. Oh god, I can't speak and it's not coming out clearly. These are all the poems that have been nominated for the 2022 Wrangling Awards, and the Science Fiction Poetry Association, SFPA, they're the ones who put this together. So I could talk about this, but I don't think anyone wants to hear about the poetry. So we'll just go ahead with the novel. I don't know how often I'll update this vlog, but I'll try to be a little bit more consistent. Do we like these check-ins? I just finished, also underwritten, but I just finished the Hightower Surprise, and we're at 71,427 words, so not even 1,000 that I said. Oh, by the way, we started off today with 71,000. I did get 1,000 at the coffee shop 2 weeks ago, and oh my god. The reason why I am wanting to write 5K today is because I have just a lot of things coming up, like I mentioned in the last clip, and I was supposed to finish this draft on the 7th actually, so if you watched my 2023 plans, it was just a clip in a vlog. I said I wanted to finish this draft on the 7th, but that's not happening now, like 100% because I skipped the last week's writing session. So I want to write 5K today because I feel like it's a Sunday, I have all the time in the world, especially because I'm sick, I'm not doing anything. So I just want to write it, and I don't think I can write tomorrow because of my Augur meeting. And Tuesday and Wednesday I can write, but I'm going to the office on Tuesday, so I probably won't get a ton of words out that evening. And Wednesday I'll probably be packing because I'm leaving Thursday night. You get it, and I'm losing my voice. I am thinking that because I've been underwriting, we'll get to Dig Deep Down by like 72,000 words. We'll see. Girl baby! Hi! Hi! No meows? He is a mad kitty. He is an annoyed kitty. Welcome back. I am still sick. It's Tuesday and this week is not going to plan at all. Now look at all the wires. Let me try to fix that. So, a bit of non-novel news. I have accepted all the changes for sale mail. So happy. I'm so happy about it. I can't even speak. It's actually crazy that that poem is more words, or has more words than Tomorrow, which is my travel, which is a 100-word short story. Also, a bit of non-novel related news. I printed out the 2 stories that I'll be working on with Augur. So I am also an editor. I'm the online editor for Augur, but I also have my own editing business. And I never really print out, well, that's because these are short stories, but the level of editing that I do at Augur versus my own editing business, they're actually so different. The pieces that come into Augur, they're so polished already. So I really like working on these stories because they challenge me a lot, and I think that's great. And I'm so excited to share these stories with you guys. 6.1, oh my god, 6.1 is gonna be so good, because you know what, we get like thousands of submissions, and you will find out that in Augur 6.1 there are 2 authortubers in this issue. Okay, there are 2 authortubers in this issue, and we have thousands of submissions. Like, the quality of these authortubers, like, you better not be skipping out on their videos. They're giving out free advice videos on YouTube. I'm not gonna say who they are, but I'll give you hints. They're both Canadian. So for my novel, I'm currently at 74,000 words, so I've written 3,000 more since Sunday. And I don't know what I was thinking that I could hit 5,000 on Sunday. I felt like I got more and more sick throughout the day. We are so close to the end of the finale as a whole. I think I have about 10% left of the execute the new plan. And by 10%, I mean, like, literally I have like 500 less words before we're done with the whole finale, so that's great. And then all I have to do is write the denouement and the final image. A few things I have to say about this is that, number one, I think I'm so hyper-focused and hyper-fixated on finishing this book that I'm not truly appreciating the story I'm telling, and I'm not truly appreciating the growth my character is going through. Like, poor guy, I've never done such a bad thing to a character in my whole life. And the other thing is that I am really happy with the story. I discovered something that I feel like changes the book for the better, and it really puts more depth, I think, in a fairy tale, because I think with fairy tales the message is always like very good, it's very wholesome, but they're also quite like, at the same time, I don't want to say shallow, that's not the right word, but it's just very like generic, right? Like, what's the lessons learned in Cinderella? Like, you are more than your money worth. Okay, you know what I'm trying to say. And like, I did this thing, I don't know, I just feel like it subverts fairy tales, and I'm really happy about it. So I feel like I should try to love the story more than just try to rush and finish through. And then the other thing I have to say, which is actually the biggest thing and a huge problem, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do, guys. So this is going back to the stupid magic system, the stupid lore. I swear after this, I'm never writing a fantasy again. Like, the magic system, getting it right, getting it cohesive, and getting it like in a way that people can understand, but is also still left a little bit mysterious and mystical, I think is really hard. So my lore and the actions my characters are doing are literally contradicting each other. Like, it's not even a plot hole at this point. This is beyond a plot hole. There's something wrong. Like, there's literally something wrong with the book. I'll try to give this example. I don't know if it'll make any sense. So let's say in this magic world, people can only see in black and white. I literally have Act 2 where the characters are seeing in color. And it's not a simple change, like I can just make them see in black and white. I feel like them seeing in color really enhances the plot, enhances the book, but the lore and the magic system of it being in black and white is also very important to like the world, like the overall world building and the overall story as a whole. So I feel really conflicted right now because pretty much I have to choose between the two on how I want to go about fixing this. Does that make sense? Like, there's no way I can combine them. Yeah, like there's no, like, I can't rewrite the whole book. Like, the whole Act 2 is them seeing in color, and I can't rewrite that. Because of that, we are at the finale. Like, I'm gonna have to literally rewrite the whole book and restructure it, and I don't like that. And I like the color that they can see in color because it really fits in with everything really well. It just doesn't match the overall this This makes no sense. So I think what I'm gonna do is after this draft, I really need to brainstorm and figure out what I really want the world to say, what I really want the lore to be about, and hopefully I can, I don't know, like do some Frankenstein mix matching. It's really messy, but yeah, this is what happens when you discovery draft. Anyway, I am going to work on the book tonight. I pretty much have the night all free to write. I'm still taking it really easy. I think I look so much better, I feel so much better, and I think I sound so much better compared to Sunday. Yeah, I took it like really slow on Sunday. I took it really slow yesterday, and I obviously didn't go to the office. I don't know if it's obvious. I didn't go to the office today because I was so sick. I also had an appointment that I ended up having to reschedule because I couldn't go in because I was so sick. We'll be fine. Let's work on the book, and I hope we can just finish the finale today. And when I visit my parents, we'll see if I write, because the whole point of seeing my parents is to like hang out with them. I live in a different country than them. They live in the US, I live in Canada. So like, I don't want to be like, oh, I can't hang out with you, I can't go out with you because I gotta write the story. No, that's literally the reason why I'm going, is to visit them. I probably will take you guys along to the US because that's just the way this vlog ended up being. All right, let's go to the US.
Darling, oh darling, stay a while and figure me out. I promise you won't regret it. No, you won't regret it. I got ways, I got lies, but I ain't trying to use them just to get where you going. Ooh, baby, more than a night, it could be amazing if on a daily basis we had.
Hello, I'm at my parents' place now, and I thought I'd just give a quick update. I'm at 74,000 in MIYA now, and we pretty much have 2 chapters left to write. I have to write the last chapter, which is like a denouement, final image, and then we have to write the epilogue. At first I was kind of confused whether or not this denouement is more so like an epilogue, because there's a bit of a shift in tone and in time, but I was slightly interrupted. I don't know what I was saying. Oh yeah, I was a little bit confused whether or not the denouement was the epilogue, right, because of the shift in tone and time and stakes. If it's very slow, yeah, I don't know if this transition is too sudden, so I was thinking it should be an epilogue. Then I thought of like the real epilogue, so we'll figure out that transition scene. But we should be done with this book in like 3,000 words, which should be what I said at the second half of this video. So yeah, this is pretty good news, because now the word count is going to be at least like 75k plus, and I was worried this book was not even going to end at 70k, so that's pretty good. Did I finish the book? Okay, this epilogue's ending is not the best, I think. Like, when I finished the end of the finale, that was like a solid chapter. I was like, yeah, that ended really well. Now I'm like, I don't know if this is ending really well, but it's also because of the lore, the stupid lore that I keep talking about. And if anyone is like curious what I mean by lore, it's like, how do I explain it? I don't want to use Harry Potter as an example because, you know, but it's like the most obvious one that I can think of that can resonate. Well, not resonate, but like a lot of people will know. Like, the lore of Harry Potter is that he was the only one who survived like Voldemort, right? What is the lore of the Lord of the Rings? Like, there's one ring that can rule them all, and okay, I don't know the lore of the Lord of the Rings. The ending is a bit because like I kind of like fuzzed around the lore. But yeah, I think we're done. Yeah, I don't know how I feel. At one hand, I feel like, wow, you know, the Asian mom in me is like, wow, you finally finished it. Like, that's the bare minimum at this point. But at the same time, you know, it's always nice to acknowledge like little wins. This rough draft has ended around 77,328 words. Yeah, this is a really bad reaction. Like I've had a weekend and I've had a day, and this week is gonna be super long. So the next step for this book is that I've decided to start draft 2 in May. I wasn't gonna do a draft 2 of this book at all, but then I got into Maggie's Thievotter's like writing retreat, which I've literally just mentioned once in this video and I said it in another video. But yeah, I'm going on her writing retreat. She's this amazing YA author who I've loved since I was 15. Like Sinner is one of my favorite books of all times. And I feel like because I'm going on this writing retreat, it would be silly to like not work on this book when I'm there. And part of the homework for that writing retreat is to print out the draft of your manuscript. So I'm not gonna print out all like 77,000 words of this like really crap rough draft, because like I write really not clean rough drafts. So I'm going to edit the first act and I'm gonna bring that to the writing retreat. I pretty much have like 2 months to do it. Anyway, yeah, that's the plan from like draft 2. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I look like crap. Sometimes vacation doesn't even feel like vacation because you're just doing stuff all the time, and you come back to like your actual real life stuff that you also still have to do. It's like, did I even take a break? I want to post this video kind of like soonish. It's a little bit upsetting that I used to post 4 vlogs in a month and it's mid-April and I've only posted 2 writing vlogs this year. I really feel like I would love for my relationship to improve between writing vlogs and my own writing process. So I don't want to rush that, but also I used to love filming writing vlogs, and I don't know, it just feels a little bit sad that that part of me is not very there anymore. How do we like the hair? I feel like I did this side so poorly and I did this side pretty well, and I did this in like one try. Okay. Anyway, hello. I thought I would finally film an outro video. I just wanted to like actually get ready a little bit and take my time in explaining some of my final thoughts and reflection on finishing the book without like rushing into it. And yeah, so please just bear with me for like 5 more minutes. I was like looking back at the last clip where I finished the book and I felt like I was not really myself entirely, and this is mostly because I'm like really stressed usually during the work week. As you guys know, I work a full-time job, I also volunteer, and writing, especially during these 2 weeks time, becomes like a work almost, like it's like a disciplined practice thing. So I really was just trying to finish the draft because I was just so sick of like knowing what the ending was and knowing how everything was gonna happen but not having that completed draft. So I know that's something that I said earlier in this vlog, that I should focus on loving the story. Unfortunately, I don't think I really did that on Monday, but I was just having a really hard day. I was exhausted, and you know, work is tough when you try to write and have a full-time job. I'm really happy with the way the book ended. I'm really excited to see where I'm gonna take it next. I almost said discovery drafted, but I discovered something while I was writing the book that is a huge game changer, I think. And I think because of this change, I will need sensitivity readers, but we'll work that out slowly. And as I mentioned, I'm only gonna be working on the first act when I revise draft 2, which I wasn't even intending on doing it this year, but Maggie Thievotter is a really famous YA author. She's like the YA fantasy author, I think, that really started out paranormal YA fantasy, like Shiver and the Raven Boys. So I feel like it would have been a little bit silly, as I mentioned, to like not work on the book there. Yeah, I just want to say in a more formal setting that I'm really happy with the book. Going back to that last clip where I didn't seem very happy, on top of just being like having a rough day, a rough weekend, even though it was really fun going to the US seeing my parents, I'm not very good at rewarding myself very good at, yeah, that's the right word. I'm very critical. Like, I'm very critical of myself. I am the meanest person to myself, and I didn't realize I was doing it until I started reflecting it a little bit more. And now that I'm turning 29 in August, I want to end my last year of my 20s like being able to give myself like good feedback and not just immediately finish a project and like point out all its flaws. And I'm not saying this just for like writing specifically, but anything I create, like these videos for example, it's very easy for me to just react and be like, oh, I didn't like this, I didn't like that, and not see the positives. And I think a part of this is just like how I was raised. I know I joked about like being an Asian mom, but I think a part of that is how I was raised, and it continues to be a thing throughout my work life. I feel like in school you get rewarded, you get told when you do a good job more so than like in real life. You know, people don't really say you do a good job at work, they usually tell you when you fuck up, right? So I want to be like more good about that to myself. So yeah, I'm gonna try to be like more rewarding and more forgiving. And you know, finishing a book is like no easy feat, but I do know that there are a lot of problem areas with the story, and we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna have to tackle it and do it. And I can still feel accomplished, but also understand there are challenges, more challenges to come, right? Thank you so much for sticking out through this video. Like seriously, thank you if you made it this far. I don't think a lot of people have made it this far. I really appreciate it. I know this was a very long-winded, as I mentioned, a very chaotic account of me finishing my book. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you hopefully in another video very soon. Bye!